friends! Please like and subscribe for more amazing videos! I had been working at the cupcake store for over 3 years. I always showed up to work on time, and I also worked more hours than all of the other employees. In many ways, I was an ideal employee. But unfortunately for me, my boss, Peggy, was jealous of me. She always tried to ridicule me for seemingly no reason. You might have worked here for a long time, but boy oh boy are you a sloppy cupcake maker. I'm trying the best that I can. You call that trying? I've seen toddlers make better looking cupcakes than you do. I really began to hate going to work every day. I really wanted to quit, but unfortunately for me, I needed the money to pay for my college classes I was taking. I tried to just ignore Peggy and go about my work as usual. I would go about making the cupcakes I had planned to make, and I would work on the orders that had come in that day. But every time that I finished making the cupcakes, she would just pick on me. One day, I finished the cupcakes and went to the kitchen to grab a bottle of water. And as soon as I did, Peggy yelled at me. Didn't you hear me calling you? You have some work to do in the back room. Yes, ma'am. You better start working a little bit harder than usual. In fact, young lady, if you don't pick up the pace around here, you might find yourself without a job. I promised to try to do better. I thought I was doing just fine, but I guess I'll just have to try to work even harder. Whenever customers came into the store, they loved the cupcakes, and that made me feel proud. But there was something that would make me really angry. Peggy would take all the credit. Wow! These are the best cupcakes I've ever had in my life. Why, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy them. I make them myself, you know. The cupcake store was doing really well, but I was getting less and less happy working there. It started to affect other areas of my life, including my sleep. My best friend, Sarah, even noticed that I was acting different. She told me I don't seem to be as fun-loving and outgoing as I used to be, and that I always seemed stressed and like I needed more rest. I told her what I tell everyone, though, that I needed the job. The next weekend, I showed up to work late for the first time ever. Well, look who decided to show up late to work yet again. You're always late, Emily. I'm not even really sure why we let you work here anyway. That was the last straw for me. I had bit my lip and turned the other cheek for far too long now. I had to learn how to stand up for myself. Excuse me, Peggy, but you cannot continue to talk to me that way. I've been working here for over 3 years now, and I have never been late or even called in sick. I think I deserve some more respect than that. I'm also the one that makes and decorates all of the cupcakes here. So why do I get absolutely zero credit for the work that I do? If you don't start treating me better, I might end up working at a different cupcake store in the near future. Oh yeah? Well, if you leave, then I won't have to deal with your attitude anymore. You are a lazy, slovenly cupcake maker, and I am tired of dealing with you. If you want to fire me, then fine. But I will not tolerate being spoken to like that any longer. Fine, I'll give you a warning this time. But if it happens again, you will be fired. In fact, you're lucky that I don't fire you now after all of those lies that you just said. Up until that moment, I never really stood up for myself. I was tired of being treated like crap, and I finally felt powerful. I couldn't let Peggy continue to talk to me that way. Actually, on second thought, I don't want to work for you anymore, Peggy. In fact, I don't think anyone really wants to work for you. You are a mean, sad jerk. So I think I should just quit right now. What? Are you serious? You can't quit. You need the money. No, I don't. I'll find another job. But even if I don't, I would rather be someone with no money than be someone that has to deal with you every day. I took off my apron and balled it up in my hands. I threw it on the floor in front of Peggy's feet. I quit, I told her. I got in my car and began to cry. I didn't know if I would ever find another job again after what I had just done. I was too upset to drive straight home after work, so I just drove around town to cool down and give myself some time to think. As I was driving, I saw a sign outside of a bakery that had the words "Now Hiring" written on it. I parked my car and walked inside. It was a new bakery that had just opened, and they were looking for some polite and hard-working people to work there. I asked the kind old lady at the front if I could speak to a manager so I could apply for a job. Oh dear, I am the owner. I recognize you from the cupcake store down the street. You know, I always thought you were the best darned thing about that little shop. It's a shame that mean woman who runs that place doesn't treat you better. We would be more than grateful for someone like you to work here. I thanked the lady, and soon after, she offered me a job. The work was fun, and the pay was nearly twice as much as it was working for Peggy. As for Peggy, it turned out that no one wanted to work for someone as mean as her. Because she had no employees, she really struggled to keep up with the demands of running a cupcake shop. She lost her business license because she couldn't keep the store clean. When inspectors showed up, they declared that the shop wasn't clean enough to serve food, and the business was forced to close. Peggy was forced to file for bankruptcy. The last time I saw her, she was putting together items outside to have a garage sale because she could no longer afford her home and expensive belongings. The bakery that I work for now is doing great. The employees are all nice to me, and I actually feel like they appreciate all the hard work I do. I guess sometimes being nice pays off. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.